Hello, my name is Dean Ornstein, and I will be doing my psychology and film project on A Beautiful Mind. So the main character, John Nash, is an American mathematician. The movie starts out with John Nash enrolled at Princeton University in New Jersey in September 1947. Throughout the first 10 minutes or so of the movie, we see both John's behavior and the college environment he is in. John meets a few other graduate students who he views with contempt because of both his disorder and competitive nature. He also meets his quote, roommate. At one point in the movie, John tells his roommate that not many people like him. The culture of the movie is America in the 1940s and 50s, which is when the Cold War was going on. We'll see on the next slide why this is important. The college environment gives the audience a glimpse into where John is and what he wants in life. So the disorder that John Nash portrayed is schizophrenia, a disorder characterized by extremely disturbed thinking, emotion, perception, and behavior, and where it is often hard to discern what is real from what is imagined. Not only does the advancement of technology and science contribute to John's pursuits, but it allows him to make a theory, earning him a spot to teach at MIT. This is where he meets his wife, who is important for much of the movie. According to Wikipedia, in 1947, President Truman signed the National Security Act, which created the Department of Defense. In the movie, as John gets bored at MIT, he starts having delusions of being recruited by the Department of Defense to look for patterns in magazines and newspapers. John's delusions of these imaginary military missions get worse as the movie progresses. Later in the movie, John is brought to a mental hospital where he is diagnosed with schizophrenia. This disorder is common across cultures, but the symptoms and content of the delusions may be different, since John's culture influenced his military spy delusions. According to Medical News Today, schizophrenia has several stigmas in society. Many people fear people with schizophrenia. 61% of Americans believe they are violent towards others, and only around 15% of people with schizophrenia in the US are employed. In addition to small things from John's behavior, like staring at people as he walks past them, having odd movements, and losing pleasure in doing things unrelated to his work or studies, John experiences a couple of noteworthy symptoms. He shows tangentiality when he and Alicia, his date, are looking at art in a gallery. Alicia asks John if God is a painter, but John replies by asking her if she is a painter. Alicia then tells him that that is not what she said. Of course, the other symptom is which much of the movie shows are his paranoid delusions. When John is being dragged out of his hospital room, he freaks out and starts yelling, "I'm being held here against my will," and "Someone call the Department of Defense." John does not show the signs of disorganized speech, including loose associations, word salad, and neologisms. In the movie, when John was staying in the hospital, they administered insulin shock therapy to him. This apparently worked with schizophrenia patients. In addition, because John showed both positive and negative symptoms, I will treat his schizophrenia with atypical antipsychotics of some sort. For the insulin shock therapy, this method was not proven to work that well, yet it still induces comas and leaves patients in the hospital for weeks. For the antipsychotics, it may or may not be ethical depending on the toxicity of the drug, the severity of side effects, and how well it works given the cost. For the barriers which could have prevented John from receiving proper treatment, he did not have that much support from any friends or family. Also, because of the aforementioned stigmas, many people in the movie blew past any thought of him having schizophrenia. John also worked too much. He worked way too much at Princeton and MIT, which prevented him from seeking help. So all in all, A Beautiful Mind accurately displayed the disorder of schizophrenia. It did an amazing job tricking the audience into thinking the events were actually real. Also, the hospital guy who diagnosed John said that it is degenerative. According to a scholarly journal, morphological data show that schizophrenia is degenerative after the onset of the illness. Yet it is still unclear whether it is actually degenerative. The movie also said that the delusions worsen over time and that stress can trigger the delusions, which are accurate. Another interesting thing portrayed by the movie was that, although they were still there, the characters in John's delusions stopped annoying him once he started ignoring them. Portrayal of disorders in film helps our understanding by allowing us to see the world from the eyes of the person with the disorder, which can create empathy in us. Also, we learn more about the various symptoms, as well as how society treats them. Thank you so much.